Hello and welcome back to Diary of My Frugal Life. Today is Tuesday the 25th of January and I'm here today for another frugal conversation with you. So grab a coffee, a tea and sit down with me and let's talk. Today I'm going to talk about how do I make sure I save on my food shop, on my groceries bill basically, but I am focusing on the food side of my grocery shop. Because if you've been with me for a while, you know that my groceries budget includes some of the toiletries and cleaning products plus food, all the things that I buy in the supermarket. Things I don't buy in the supermarket, they have a separate budget. So I want to talk to you today about how to make sure I can save in that grocery shopping, food shopping basically. Now, before I start with that, I want to say a big thank you to all of you that comment on my last or first Frugal Conversations video last week, and to inspiring me to make more of these videos. So thank you so much for all your comments, all your love, because it really helps me and helps my channel. So yeah, all your comments, all your love helps me feeling more confident to talk to you, but at the same time helps my channel to grow. I've got now 929 subscribers, so my channel keeps growing. That's amazing. I feel really good about that. And I've got a few videos planned. As part of this conversation about saving money on food, I have planned to film what I eat in a day video to show you what kind of meals I have. So I think that would help you to understand a little bit more about my shopping habits and everything. I was going to film it today, but my week at work has been very busy, and I know it's only Tuesday, but it has been so busy that I didn't really have the time. But yes, it is on my plans to film that, and I hope I will be able to share with you what I eat in a day video very soon. I'm going to continue with my frugal recipes as well. My next one will be a chorizo pasta that I'm going to make. I was going to make it for dinner tonight, but I'm going to make it tomorrow again because today's day has been insane. And my son went to football just now, and I said to him, I actually not going to wait that he comes back to have dinner, because he kind of finished at 8:30. By the time he comes, it's quite late. And today, just to give you an idea, I can't share everything what happened, but basically I didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch. I was able to eat about 3 p.m. I didn't have a coffee or anything the whole day. I even broke my water bottle and I barely could drink water. So yes, it has been a bit of a chaos. I know this is not going to happen every single day. This was, something that again I can't share with you. However, it happened. It wasn't supposed to have happened today, and I had to deal with the situation, and that's why. And however, I ate when I got home. I know I need to eat earlier than my son, so that's why I'm not making the pasta today. I will make it tomorrow. But it's on my plans to continue with the frugal recipes. Now, let's start with the topic because I'm rambling for 4 minutes now and you must be bored of hearing me talk. Sometimes when I start talking, I cannot stop. And yeah, that's quite of an interesting thing. Now, I've got my book here because I just wanted to make sure I cover all the things that I do to help me save money. And I felt like if I write them down, I know I'm not going to forget. Now, they don't have it in order. These are all the things I do to help me to save money, but there's no specific order. So I'm just going to read the topic. I'm going to talk about it to you. So the first thing I wrote was having a clear monthly, weekly budget. This works really well for me. I have a monthly budget, and I decided that for my family, £200 is a good amount per month, where I can buy ingredients to make our food, budget friendly, but also add a few nicer bits some of the months, but also being able to buy toilet roll, shower gel, things like those, toothpaste, you know, those kind of toiletries that I will buy in a supermarket. And of course cleaning products like washing powder, washing up liquid, dishwasher tablets, you know, those kind of things that are also needed. I know with the £200 I've got a little bit of breathing space, so it's not a tight budget, but at the same time I can spend a bit more on something that is more a want than a need, and I don't have to restrict myself. I hope that makes sense. Now I have that monthly budget of £200, and then what I do, I divide it per week. So on a month that is a 5-week month, like January, I only have £40 per week, because it's a 5-month, 5-week month. And on a month that have 4 weeks, like February will be a 4-week month, I'll have £50 per week. You can see that if I have like £50, I might plan on those weeks some meals that are a little bit more nicer, or have ingredients that are a little bit more expensive, and I will try to have some more really budget ones on a 5-week month. I hope this makes sense to you. Now, I always have, the second thing is having an inventory. I do know exactly what I've got in the house. I know what is in my freezer. I know what is in my cupboard. I'm constantly checking. And that will lead to having a shopping list that is on the go. That is my third topic. Now, I do have a shopping list on my phone. And what I do, I'm going to show it to you. I just use the notes section. So I have the notes section. I'm not sure if you can see, but basically I have here all the things that we usually buy. I'm not buying these every single week, but there are products that we buy, and in sections. So I've got household, toiletries, cats, because I buy the cat litter from the supermarket. However, I don't include it anymore with my groceries shop. I'm now giving my cats a separate budget. Fresh fruit and vegetables, fresh food like fish food, food cupboard, drinks, and frozen. So this gives me a clear vision of what I need, and when I'm going around the supermarket, it really helps me to tick off. Now, I already know that I have a few things I've got on my list because I know they finished, and I had to put them on my list, even without making my meal plan yet, because they are staples, they are things that I need in the house, and I will need to make sure I've got them. Then I will make a meal plan, and again I make a meal plan on the go. I didn't bring my other book here because I've got a book in the kitchen with my meal plan where I write everything, and I can see what meals I've been doing the previous weeks, because it's a notebook, it's easier to just flick through, and that way I can use our favorite meals, but at the same time try to not repeat them so much like every week. However, we do have like a fry up every week, okay, and that's something my son really likes. I don't know if I think I probably haven't shared, but my son has been diagnosed with ASD and ADHD when he was younger. He is an adult now, and however these things don't go away, there are also that certain things that are comfort. Now, I was never diagnosed with anything because at my age it wasn't a thing that you would do. Parents wouldn't take you to be diagnosed just because there was something. Now, I recognize in me a lot of things that my son also has, and I know I have a lot of food sensory issues, and I probably would be diagnosed with something. There are a lot of foods I don't eat because of texture. There are lots of things I don't even try to eat because of texture or the look. And I do have my comfort foods. So, yes, you could say that I probably have the same as my son. Probably. I'm not seeking diagnosis at this age because I can live well with it, even though I recognize some issues. I can function very well with my work and in my life, so that doesn't bother me, and that's why I'm not seeking any of it. I totally understand if some adults are seeking that, it's absolutely fine, but this is just my perspective. Now, I know a lot of people make comments about the intake of fruit and vegetables in our house. Again, it has a bit to do with the food sensory issues we've got. I'm being very transparent with you in terms of saying this is what we do, and you know, you might not like it, it might not work for you, but it works for us as a family, and that is the main thing, isn't it? That works for us as a family. I do hide a lot of vegetables in the food. Lots of my food is packed with vegetables. We do eat fruit. So, you know, I'm not worried about my 5 a day intake, because I do know that I eat enough. However, if you were thinking about myself as a young person, I wouldn't. You know, I it took me until being a young adult, probably my son's age, to start trying new vegetables and new fruit. So, you know, but it is what it is, and if you are a parent of a child with some food sensory issues, don't give up. One day they might start eating like, you know, I can function well with my food issues, and I have started eating much more fruit and vegetables throughout the time, and I eat much more food that I used to eat when I was a child. But yeah, it's like, I understand this is difficult for some adults that can eat everything and they don't have food issues. But I just want to be very transparent and tell you this is the reality in my house. I try to make it work for me. I try to make healthy food, healthy meals in a budget with things that work for us. So, yeah. The next one is every single night I look on the Olio app. So Olio app is an app where you can yourself give out things that you've got in the house, food and non-food, but also in partnerships with Jimmy's here, in partnerships with some of the supermarkets like Tesco, Sainsbury's. Sometimes there's also Waitrose. I've seen Iceland as well. So there's a few supermarkets that partnership with Olio, and the people, the food waste volunteers, will go to the supermarket. They will collect the food. They will take the food to their house, and they have to upload it to the app, and then you can request, and they have to share it with the people that request the food. I have been a food waste volunteer for a few years. I stopped a few months ago because when I had my burnout, I really needed to stop that as well. It was something that I needed. But I still look, and I still requested at that time as well, because as a volunteer you only can keep 10% of the food you collect. You cannot keep everything. So it is what it is, but I definitely feel like it's a good way to save some money. and I've been able to actually receive nice food. Now, in the month of January, it's been much scarce. The amount of food that is being uploaded has been much scarce, and I think it's because more people are buying the yellow stickers in the shops, because everyone with the increase of food prices are trying to buy as much as possible. And again, I've been more picky with what I choose. I try to, get fruit and vegetables, meat or fish, and things like that, because they are the most important things for me. I stopped getting bread. However, sometimes I might get some bread products like wraps or things like that. But I'm making now my own sourdough bread. I've been loving making it, so I don't want to get other bread. I feel like it's much healthier to eat a sourdough bread, so that's exactly what I want to continue to make and to help me. I am trying to film. I already started to film like a week of pickups from Olio, and show you, telling you which day, and showing you what I picked up, and show you what I would pick for the week. And it will vary every week because it varies every day. But yeah, I feel like it's quite nice to just share with you what kind of food I get free from Olio. Then another thing we don't do snacks in our house. I wasn't raised with eating snacks and having snacks available throughout the day. We do eat 4 meals a day. We eat breakfast, we eat lunch. Our lunch is the same as a dinner. It's hot food, proper meal. And then we have afternoon meal that it will be very similar to breakfast, and then we have dinner. By doing these 4 meals a day, we don't feel the need to have snacks. I don't buy crisps, I don't buy biscuits, I don't buy bars, I don't buy anything like that, because we don't need them. The only thing you could say that is kind of a snacky bit that I usually buy is my baby bells, because I take them usually for lunch, for my lunch. I kind of like to eat a baby bell when I take a lunch, but I don't really buy snacky bits. And I feel like by not buying snacks, I'm saving a lot of money. But I do bake a cake or cupcakes or pancakes or something like that every single week. I always have something kind of sweetie for us to eat as a pudding, or whenever we want, but we wouldn't eat outside of a meal time. So I wouldn't say that the cake is a snack, because we wouldn't just decide, oh, I want to eat some cake. No, we would eat it as a part of a meal, or after lunch, or after the dinner, something like that. So I wouldn't say it's a snack, but it was more like a pudding or a dessert. I also look for yellow stickers. Whenever I go to the supermarket, I always go through the yellow stickers and see if there's anything that I actually usually buy that is there. I wouldn't buy something just because it's reduced. I need to really think about, is it something that will go with the food I need for this week? Is it something we could put in the freezer for a later day? And think carefully about the yellow sticker I'm buying, because otherwise I could spend a lot of money on yellow stickers that are not really something that I want. Again, I wouldn't get a ready meal or something like that on a yellow sticker, but I would get some vegetables, some fruit, some meat, some fish, things that I would eat like that. I use cash for my shopping, for my grocery shopping. So I have my weekly budget, I withdraw the cash, and I take the cash to the store. So I know I really need to be under my budget, or that is my limit. But again, something that goes in pair with that is I like to use the scan and shop facility in the shops. That's one of the reasons I don't go to Lidl or Aldi. So not only because I get drawn to the middle aisles and that makes me always spend more, also with Lidl more than Aldi, because I don't really go to Aldi that often, but with Lidl, that seasonal weeks that they do, like I always end up spending something on a product just because, oh, let's try this looks nice, and actually I'm going to spend more money that I didn't need to. So for me to be able to stick to my shopping list, I prefer to go to Sainsbury's or Tesco and make my shop there. Now, there was a time I used to go to Tesco every single week. Now I've been doing Sainsbury's. The reason I'm doing Sainsbury's more than Tesco is more about the offers. So on the Tesco card offers, a lot of the offers weren't actually meaningful for me, for myself, and for the things I buy. With Sainsbury's, I know that wherever is like more points or saving in money is always related to the products I buy, and I like that because I can always look at the offers. That is something I also have here, is look at store deals. So I always make sure on my app, on my Nectar app, I save the offers, the weekly offers, and I kind of scan it to see, you know, is there something I know I might need next week that I could buy this week because it's on offer. So I will try to do something like that, but I wouldn't just buy it because it's on offer. If I don't need it, I won't buy it. Then another thing I do is buying in bulk certain products. I like to go to Costco certain times. I like Costco for my coffee beans. I buy 1 kilo coffee beans because it lasts longer, it's cheaper in the long run. So it's something I like to buy there. And there are a few other products that I might buy in Costco because I'm buying in bulk and the price is cheaper. So I will always try to do that. We only drink water. Basically, we only drink water at meal times or throughout the day. It's very rare. Well, I drink coffee, but it's very rare that we buy soft drinks or juice or anything like that. Sometimes we might have a juice. We had juice for Christmas. We had juice New Year's Eve. Sometimes I might make fresh juice from fruit, you know, but mainly we drink water, and we drink tap water. So you save a lot if you just drink water. Cook in bulk as well. So I like to bulk my meals with vegetables and things that make it last. But also when I cook, I try to cook for more than one meal. So if I'm cooking a pasta dish, I try to be able to eat the pasta dish, so 2 portions for the dinner, and then to have at least 4 portions to freeze. Now, those portions that I freeze, I might use them for pack lunches or to have them ready in the freezer for a quick dinner during the week. So there's another thing I've got here, is make sure I always have homemade ready meals in the freezer. Because, for example, if I'm not feeling well and my son needs to get dinner, I try to teach him how to cook. He doesn't like it. Let's be honest, it's not a thing that he likes to do, but if I am not well, he will make sure that he will get some dinner for us. So he will get to the freezer, he will pick up something, and he will make sure we have something to eat. So having those ready meals in the freezer is great, and I always portion them individually so they can be for a lunch, for a packed lunch, or for these cases where we need something. So having homemade ready meals save you a lot of money because You don't need to think about getting a takeaway. You've got something already done in the freezer. That will help you to save money. And because I know I don't need to pay for a lunch because I've got something nutritious to take for lunch. Yeah, pack lunches was also on the list and I already talked about it. And the last thing I haven't talked about is about portion food. Now, my question is always, are you actually hungry or do you just want more food? Now, there are foods that I make, oh, I would love to have a little bit more. And I know my son would too. But do we really need that extra portion? I think sometimes we are easily drawn to that want more than a need. And not just with consumerism, we need to think about it, but also about the portion control with your food. Not only helps you to maintain your weight, but also maintain a good relationship with food. Because, you know, let's be honest, why do we need to have a big plate of food in front of you? What is the need? You actually need to eat all of that. Because when you portion control, you are actually telling the brain that you are satisfied. And also, I've always been told that, like from doctor's point of view, it's not like people or friends or family, you should always finish your meal without feeling completely full. It is important to give that to your body. And I know this might be a bit controversial to some of you. And again, I watch a lot of Meals of the Week channels, and I see some plates that I feel like, oh my God, that's a lot of food. And it's like, do you really need that amount of food? Not only you are wasting, because if the person doesn't finish, what you gonna do with the food that you put on the plate? You're going to throw it away, isn't it? So again, I always dish up the food on the plates. I'm not gonna say that if my son is hungry or I'm hungry, we are not allowed to have more. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of the time, we don't really need more. So having that kind of portion control, I feel like is a really important thing to have. And again, you might not agree with the things I shared here in the video, but as I said at the beginning, this is what works for me and my family. It doesn't need to work for your family. It doesn't need to work for the things you like. But I'm giving some ideas because I know these on the whole altogether have saved me so much money. As you've seen today with my last video that I uploaded today, I was under my weekly budget, even for half of the budget. I didn't even spend half of my budget for this week because I had £40 and I spent less than £20. And I did it because I implemented all of these that I shared today with you. So I hope you have enjoyed this chat. I think it was a long one, but there were so many tips and tricks that I could share with you, and I feel like if you can even take just one, get inspired by one thing that will help you to save your money, I'll be very happy. So but also share with me and with the other subscribers, what are your tips for saving money on your food shop? What do you do that helps you to have control on what you spend and save? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I see you very soon. Bye bye for now.